Yo, Delon, so you gonna be on mute every so often, right? You at work right now?
Not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm taking this shit real quick.
All right, so we gonna wait. We gonna wait for this nigga to finish.
I just need like 5 minutes.
Nah, you good, gang.
So, welcome back to the Philosopher's Table podcast. I'm Delon, one of the co-hosts, and my other brethren will introduce themselves.
Yo, what's going on? Deep Privacy, call me Dev, but either one is fine.
Watashi wa omae wa Louis desu. You call me Lou Money.
Yo, wait, no one calls you Lou Money. What? Nah, that was special. Alright. It's your boy.
Different year, bro.
It's your boy, Minder Rico, aka Rico Stone, back with another one. I can't wait to get it on.
Niggas got some shit they gotta get up their chest, man. It's been a long time coming. 2 months build up.
I mean, before we get into the debates and whatnot, because we definitely got a couple topics to discuss. We should probably just give our take on what's been going on so far, because we haven't talked in 2 months, so a lot should happen in.
As far as what, like real life?
49?
Well, no, I'm not. I mean, chapter wise, like fucking Gear 5 happened. We can talk about the episode. Episode is crazy too.
It's a lot of shit that happened. Like you said, Gear 5, Kaido, pretty much being defeated. We got we got Wano. I mean, Onigashima actually hitting the floor. You know, we got a lot of things right now.
I'm a loss for words. I mean, the Luffy thing was cool. That was really cool. I liked it. I liked the form.
Which part? Oh, Gear 5?
Yeah, Gear 5 was cool. I know a lot of people had different representations of what it was going to look like, from the Monkey King to I seen he was all black and some.
Bro,
but he looks cool.
anything that looked too edgy, just know that's not what Oda's going for.
Yeah, definitely.
Anytime you see him form, Hickman was probably the only one I was like, oh shit, this is gas. But other than that,
I mean, how y'all feel about the all white? Because I know people thought he was gonna be yellow, like a Super Saiyan look.
That caught me off guard, but I actually love it. Considering what he does with his powers, he's literally a cartoon.
I mean, it's giving me Ultra Instinct vibes from DBZ Super. I don't know.
Now he gives me Looney Tunes.
Yeah, he gives me.
I mean, in terms of what he does, yeah, he definitely gives Looney Tunes. But I mean, he looks like Ultra Instinct.
But the thing is, though, even his clothes is white. So it's giving me literally a manga panel. Old school cartoon vibes. Which is crazy to me.
Black and white? That's kind of good. That's kind of wavy.
Yeah, his whole. Well, let me not say black and white. He's all white, maybe except for his skin. I don't know. No. I think his skin is like his regular color, but his hair and his clothes. Well, I don't know. We gotta wait and see, because when
they get animated,
when he powered back up, right? You saw the transition from his clothes, because his clothes and his hair went back regular color, but when he powered back up to Gear 5. You seen the only thing that was affected was his shirt and his hair, his shorts. So we just gotta wait and see if his skin color is all white.
I got a good question. As of now, how do y'all feel about Kaido's backstory?
Butt, a lot of butt.
Who wants to start first?
We can't even call it real flashback, because it's only one chapter in the glimpse of one chapter. Like I said, we've seen from the last all the fleshed out backstories towards the end. So you start giving another chapter. The introduction to it, I mean, I didn't mind. Like I said, it just showed Kaido's a menace. I can't grade it.
It's nothing we don't know. Kaido's Kaido. We kind of guessed he was, gonna do what.
Only thing we found out that he was sold to the military, and from 10, escaped them, then joined Rock.
Right.
And that he's been looking for Joy Boy his whole life. The only thing the chapter really affirmed is that right now, Kaido was a Joy Boy gatekeeper. Whether you want to say he was a Joy Boy gatekeeper because he just thought if anyone's gonna beat him as Joy Boy, or whether he thought he's a Joy Boy gatekeeper just because we thought he's been searching for him his whole life. either way, Kaido's been a Joy Boy gatekeeper, and this kind of just affirmed his dream.
I would hope so.
Hold on.
I would hope
Hold
so.
on. Yeah. Let's talk some real shit. Wait, hold on. So we agreeing with that now. He. That's what we saying.
I would hope so, right? Because
Okay, we can all agree that would be the best direction for it to go.
100%. I feel like that's the only direction.
100%, yeah.
I feel like that's literally if Oda. Now, I'm not saying I'm Oda. I'm not saying I could write a One Piece or whatever. But the shit that Oda has laid out right now, right? It's laid out that in Kaido's voyage, he learned the truth. Whether he learned all of the truth like Roger and his crew did, or he learned some of the truth from Zebek, he learned something of Joy Boy, right? Now he found out that he wasn't Joy Boy at some time in his journey, going from King's flashback. And for him, he felt like he had to be the one to usher in Joy Boy. These are the breadcrumbs that Oda has left, right? But this flashback felt very incomplete. Now, who knows if it's finished? It may not be done. Oda may not even continue it this arc, right? He may continue it when
He's gonna come back to it though. There's no
which I feel like is a complete miss in my opinion for Wano itself, right? If we just talk about Wano itself, not for the story, but if we just talk about Wano itself, I feel like that's a complete miss because when Wano's finished, it's gonna feel lackluster on Kaido's end. Not the whole arc itself, but just for Kaido as an antagonist, it's gonna feel lackluster. And then when we get later on in the story, when he gets to Rocks, then we'll look back at Kaido and be like, damn. Now that we got all the information, like, oh shit, Kaido was that guy. You right? Similar to Arlong. Arlong, in my opinion, right? Because I have Arlong Park as one of my favorite arcs. Arlong was a very good villain. Where Arlong peaked was in Fishman Island when we get his his backstory with Fish and Tiger and just the culmination of everything that happened in Arlong Park. It's like, he was a ride or die fishman. If we notice, he never once talked bad on his mans. He's literally he's the ride or die nigga. Even if you was weak in comparison to him in the crew, you hit my mans, I'm gonna fuck you up. That was Arlong's energy, bro. For any fisherman, it didn't matter. Which is why, in comparison to Hody Jones in Fishman Island, Hody was shit, bro. He wasn't nothing compared to Arlong, and that's just my opinion. And that's how I feel about if Kaido flashback continues later on. It won't be good now, but in the long term, it'll be better if Oda fleshes it out.
I feel like personally, like it's been leaning towards that. I mean, again, like I'm not saying it's confirmed, like it's gonna be a perfect plot point, like he's gonna just happen, but based off everything we've seen so far from Kaido in terms of what he said, even though it's been super vague, it seems like he's been leaning towards the if I can't do it, then I'll be the one that proves that the person who can do it will be able to do it. Cause I'm, he's just that nigga. Like, he's not that nigga, but he that nigga.
Nah, I get you. And I feel like that's what Oda has been, putting down. But we just gotta wait and see. Wano's almost done, right? So let's see how Oda closes this out. In terms of, sorry, I don't know if anybody else has anything to add.
Nah, go on.
So how do niggas feel about Wano right now?
Ooh. For me, Wano, I can't fully rate Wano until it is done.
I agree.
I feel like Wano has done a lot in terms of the story overall. Like, it definitely closed up a lot of holes, like answered a lot of questions. But at the same time,
let me rephrase the question then. Has Wano met your expectations for the arc as of right now?
Manga wise, or we talking about the anime?
We'll get into that. We'll get into that next.
That comment should answer a question because why is it that I have to look to one?
Hold on. Let talk your shit. You got the floor. Talk your shit.
Nah, I'm not talking about little tidbits regarding Wano because in the anime. Because I always say, like, if an anime catches something, that's fine. If it corrects a little mistake, that's fine. But Fighting wise, I understand that Oda wants to choreograph the fights through Wano because he's not the best drawer of a fight, and that's totally cool. But right now, what we're seeing is him also replacing tidbits from the story that he might have missed or rushed. Now, I know Wano is a very important. Rico might reply, might even call it his baby, but I feel like for this, that he's trying to. I don't know if he's trying to get as much hype as possible, or sometimes that he just gets a little overwhelmed with it. But he misses a lot in the manga that then pops up in the anime. And if I had to watch two separate products to get the story, then I don't really feel like that's something in its entirety that's good.
Like,
You know,
like what am I reading the manga for?
exactly. Like I should just
What,
go with anime only.
bro? After this episode that just came out, I honestly, bro, and this is crazy for me to say because I never thought I'd say this, but I may go anime only depending on what happens after Wano. If the next arc, whatever it is, whether it's LBAP or whatever, if it's still the same storyboarding trend for the anime, I may just go back anime only, bro.
Yo, join the party, man. I've been anime only for a long time. I just recently started looking at them chapters because y'all been going crazy in the chat. I had to like see what y'all was reading, but
Not good.
but I mean, I don't know. It's I don't know because I mean, if what y'all was saying was true about the whole chapter pages thing and all this other stuff, like I don't know. I mean, if think about it, like if you were writing something and then like because what the anime is really far behind the manga in terms of
But
just the storyline as a whole.
nah, it's
What
in
a
terms
month,
of time, it's a year, but in terms of story, it's not that far. In terms of
well, I
actual
mean,
story, it's not that far. We're literally in the same arc. Like we got rupees and Kaido. Luffy just beat Kaido. So in terms of actual story, it's not that far. But like it's about a
Only
year
been a
behind.
month.
so
They've been in Wano for a month.
so I mean he getting a chance to I'm not gonna say think about it more, but like he hitting them with the hey, oh yeah, add this too.
I'm
Oh
weak.
yeah, I forgot to put that shirt in there. Throw that in there too. Like
The
type
thing
shit.
the thing is though, Willie, right? So, and this is kind of where I don't like talking about this because for me, I wasn't a manga reader until I got to Dressrosa, right? So I can't really talk about the entirety of manga of One Piece manga, right? But from where I caught up at in Dressrosa, right? I caught up to where because all right, so I was an anime only up until the point where they was about to fight Dofi, and my man's told me that Zoro has beat Pika in the manga, and that right there just threw me for a loop. I said Zoro beats Pika, and mind you, we see how big Pika was. I said, nah, I gotta read the manga. I said I gotta read the manga from this point on. So from there, right, I started reading the One Piece manga while watching the anime, and as I'm reading the manga, slowly but surely, every week I go to the anime, I'm like, yo, why does it feel like this? Right? It was slow at first. It was like I'm like, yo, why does it feel like this? It feels a little bit weird. Then we get to Zoe. I'm like, damn, it's like when I started reading the manga, I started noticing the blatant pacing issues of the One Piece anime. By the time we got to Whole Cake, I said, yo, Whole Cake is fucking unbearable in the anime. It's not even close. Like
Okay, it's crazy.
Whole Cake anime versus Whole Cake manga is unbearable. Not, and pacing wise, but also just like story wise and like things that are in the story. Like everything that was in the manga, right, was in Whole Cake anime. And that's the thing, right? Oda has been consistent from Dressrosa to Whole Cake, where everything that he put in the manga has been in the anime. But when we get to Wano, bro, I wish you was reading Wano from like the beginning to now. There's so much, bro. It's like you can't even count on both your hands and feet how much shit that is expounded upon in the anime that kind of wasn't or just glossed over in the manga. And it's like it's two different experiences when you're reading and watching it. Two totally different experiences, bro.
And I ain't gonna lie, that anime is slapping crazy,
And it doesn't help
bro.
that the anime is going crazy. So it's like,
Oh my
do I really
god.
want to like read the manga now if it's going to continue in this trend of
From the
storyboarding?
moment my boy Zoro flew in the air and got to the top. Like they haven't slowed down yet. Like they just
All gas, no
yo,
brakes, bro. And I'm telling you, it
bro,
only
they're
goes up
going
from there,
100
bro.
miles an hour, bro. Like and just being someone that has watched One Piece animated. Usually they have the moments where shit slow down. They take like an episode off or something. But like I don't know. They just might run full steam into Gear 5. Like they just gonna keep going
Nah,
episode to episode to
nah, don't.
episode.
I guarantee you, bro. Hell no, we're gonna have a few of those. You
What
know,
do you think is the? What do you guys think is the worst fight in Wano?
But hold on,
the
before we switch topics too, and also like, as someone like that said, he been reading his Dressrosa. I've been reading since I would say like right before Dressrosa started, when we first see Doflamingo appear at the end of
he even got the full Dressrosa. So
yeah,
I could only imagine because, bro, when I go back to watch clips of Dressrosa, I'm like, yo, this shit is fucking ass.
yeah, but reading is a different experience. Even like after when I started reading, I went back and even read the whole manga through to see if anything was different. And like even Oda's biggest arc so far, if you read for it, like the differences in the anime and manga are very minuscule. Like it may be some different words said or like two change, but it's not much difference. And then we get to Wano, and there's been so much differences from the manga and the anime, and like phrases and terminology that it just really shows that the anime has expanded upon so many ideas and topics that it feels like sometimes my opinion is not genuine because I would say one thing that the anime drop and then a whole other thing come out and it would change a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree.
So so that's why I say I have to wait till Wano's done and grade it in its entirety. But having to grade something between two different products is really not something I could put in my top number one because the fact that I have to go wait for the anime, which will probably catch up in the air, to give my final opinion or something, that's really kind of crazy.
I see what you're saying right there. Like you don't want to be like, yeah, Wano anime Wano is top one. Why does it be like that if it's literally like the same story? It's not a different author. Well, I mean it's an animation studio, but it's not like somebody else like a different author produced it for the anime. It's like they're literally taking the manga, reading the manga, and then just adapting it. So it's like the fact that there's so much differences. I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
But for me though, I do think though I do think that it may end up in my top three just because like all my favorite arcs I was anime onlys for, so it's like that's why I kind of feel weird about my top, right? So I may just I'm when I do it's probably just gonna be like referring to anime only instead of like manga. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the anime version of the arcs, like.
Yo, no Kizzy, I'm going 3 for 3. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Telling y'all right now. Tell you niggas, tell you niggas right now. I'm going 3 for 3, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I need Yamato to be a straw hat. No, no
The
question.
only reason why, like, because really, the only reason we never talked about the ten, because like, everybody is knowing in One Piece that Luffy was 10, but I don't think Yamamoto's fully going to join. I think she's going to do what Oda did with Roger's crew to kind of just join like as the journey. I think she just wants to join the complete Odin's dream. Because these are two things. Either she completes Odin's dream by staying and protect the Wano, or she's gonna go on the final journey with Luffy, then come back.
I just honestly, I don't think that is gonna happen only because it kind of deletes that the whole scene she just had with Ace. Like it kind of make all that don't mean nothing because like the whole point of that conversation was for her to get out of there. Like
Yeah.
Now
that was like
you open my eyes when you first told me that. I'm like, wow, as a
that's
story,
literally the last thing
Yeah.
they talked
The
about
that's
before
anime,
she
literally
died. Like
The anime added a lot of context to that scene.
yeah,
but that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. You see, because you see, but you said that, and that was never in the manga, so it's kind of like that scene when Ace was like such a short moment that no one thinks
It
that.
didn't really
And the
hit. It
anime,
didn't really hit for us.
yeah, then the anime just added like so much context to it. So now it's like, yo, Yamamoto might really join because at the whole time that the manga made it seem like Yamamoto's gonna stay and protect Momonosuke and build the Wano Empire with him.
Mhm.
But now it's making it seem like she has to follow this dream that Ace set out for her too, and her and Ace talked about. So like I said, like even now, like it just that's another disparity between the manga and the anime. Of the anime showing that things could really be different.
So yeah, so I'm not gonna you like I said, you bring up very valid points. Like when we first spoke about this, and I was adamant about her not leaving, you kind of made me do like a little head turn, like, oh, this nigga might be onto something, bro. They could be like, nah, this nigga he might not be wrong. But
You could be the third killer. I'm telling you.
me personally, I just don't see her leaving. But if she does leave, I won't be surprised. Like if she,
Yeah.
if they get on the crew and she got a bunk, I'm not surprised. Like if
Honestly,
they,
And she
if
said,
she
Luffy, I'm
stays,
waiting for
she's
you.
not
Like, that'd
surprised.
be so weird. Like, I'd just be weird,
But
that she got free of Kaido and
and now she
doesn't
wants
leave
to stay,
Wano.
right?
That'd be
Yeah,
so
like
weird, bro. Like, you've been
Because
in your entire life.
like it's just context. Like there's literally like that's why I wouldn't be mad at either or, because there's context for her both staying and leaving. One, like we said, Luffy wants the 10, right? With Jinbei, I believe that makes 10. The two, her devil fruit is, in of Kaido's words verbatim, he said, "Your devil fruit is the guardian deity of Wano," right? So symbolizing that this is supposed to be like the protector of Wano, which what Yamato would be, right? Not this fucking scabbard. What Yamato would be, which she has been in every time Kaido's away. And just like overall, if Momo does go back to, if his age does get reverted in some way, I don't know how, but let's just say for some reason it does get reverted and he's back to 8 years old, he's definitely not going on the crew. I don't care who I don't care who Roger had on his crew, Shanks and Buggy 8 years. That's not the Straw Hats. They're not taking, in my opinion, they're not taking Momo with them. So if Momo does revert back to his age, right? This is only if. If he doesn't revert back to his age, then I stand by her joining the crew. But if he does revert back to his age, just see all the points that I just said. The guardian deity, devil fruit that Kaido said. Her, what did I say? Just her just being one to protect Momonosuke. So those two things right there are my opinion as to why she was staying with him.
That's valid. That's valid.
I agree with more with Willie though. I mean, I agree with both of you, but I agree with
No, no, no,
Willie.
100. Like I said, I'm not gonna be mad, bro. If she does, it's
This
not
is
gonna
too
be.
much.
My heart want me to see her leave too, cause I just know there's more content, like the
Yeah,
fights,
Yeah,
bro. Like,
yeah,
and
when they, when
I feel like Oda really depicts her really wanting to leave Wano
yeah.
overall.
Mm-hmm.
On some Odin shit, like just like how Odin wanted to leave. She's the
Yeah,
same way.
that's another thing. That's actually another thing.
she's been reading stories about this nigga traveling the world since she was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for you to give all that up to, like,
Would that be bad on the story? Or would that be good character development for her?
To me, bad.
You think that would be
I
bad? You
feel
think that would be bad
I
for the
feel
story? You think
like
that would be a miss?
Bro, she was handcuffed in chains with bombs for 20 years and she was stuck on an island.
yeah, that would be
The
a little
conditions of the chains
counterintuitive.
is that if you leave the island,
Mm-hmm.
they blow up.
It seems counterintuitive, like it does. Like, for you to build up a character to, be this powerful, you feel me, this headstrong, a lot of like Odin qualities, and then she don't leave. I feel like I'd be wasted. It'd be a little wasted.
And
Okay.
another reoccurring theme in all of Straw Hats is that Luffy saves them and they save Luffy
That's
in
what I'm
some way.
saying. Yeah, that'd be perfect too. That'd be perfect too.